Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, is in for a shock when he learns that his brother, Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, is not only dead, but also is responsible for several deaths via Angel of Mercy killings that he committed. Martin would not take this well, as Martin would quickly realize that Cyrus felt that he had to take matters in his hands because he has no control over their mother, Florence's care. Martin has kept Florence away from Cyrus, and Martin would conclude that this made Cyrus lose control and go on a killing spree, and he starts to embark on a downward spiral. Martin starts to spiral out of control and lash out at anyone and everyone. He would take it out on Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, who were investigating Cyrus. He would neglect his cases, and it would ultimately severely affect Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen's divorce case. Martin may even turn to the bottle for comfort, and it wouldn't be pretty. Martin is headed down a path of total self-destruction for something that is not his fault. Surely, his sister, Laura Collins, Jenny Francis, would try to reach him, but it would prove difficult. Martin Gray will need someone to get through to him and make him realize that the deaths are on Cyrus and not his fault. Perhaps his ex-girlfriend Lucy Lynn Herring, would be the one that could get him to see this. Lucy would also look out for Martin, and she may even use the situation to her advantage and get him back in her bed. Lucy still loves Martin and would want to help him, but she wants him for herself as well. Martin may not be receptive to Lucy wanting to get back together, but if she helps him get back from his self-destruction, he may change his tune. After some time, Martin will stop blaming himself and start to heal from his guilt about his brother. Whether Lucy brings him back or not, Martin will eventually realize that he is not to blame for Cyrus's actions. If she does indeed aid Martin in getting back to feeling like himself, it is very likely that Lucy and Martin will reconcile. What do you think? How will Martin react when he learns that Cyrus is a killer? Will Martin blame himself? Will he self-destruct, and will Lucy come to his rescue? Martin Gray has always struggled with his complicated relationship with his half-brother, Cyrus Renault. Though he never fully condoned Cyrus's criminal activities, he also never turned his back on him entirely. However, after Cyrus's latest rampage leaves several Port Charles residents dead or seriously injured, Martin spirals into guilt and self-destruction, convinced that he played a role in his brother's reign of terror. Cyrus Renault's final act of violence. The latest bloodshed in Port Charles is one of the most devastating yet. After months of playing the part of a reformed man, Cyrus orchestrates one final brutal attack, one that shakes the town to its core. A coordinated assault on multiple fronts leaves several victims in its wake. Jordan Ashford is critically wounded in a shootout while trying to protect Curtis Ashford at the Savoy. TJ Ashford is caught in the crossfire, shot while trying to shield a patient at General Hospital. Laura Collins narrowly escapes an attempted car bombing, thanks to an anonymous tip. Trina Robinson is kidnapped, forcing Curtis and Portia into a desperate race against time. Dante Falconeri suffers a head injury while chasing one of Cyrus's men. The city is in chaos, and when the dust settles, the body count is shocking. 3 innocent bystanders killed, a handful of others gravely wounded. It's a horror show unlike any before, and the mastermind, Cyrus, is gunned down in a final standoff with the PCPD. Martin's guilt over Cyrus's destruction. Martin is left reeling when he hears the news of Cyrus's deadly rampage and ultimate demise. Though he had distanced himself from his brother, he cannot shake the feeling that he played a role in everything that happened. For years, he wavered between trying to keep Cyrus at bay and enabling him by handling his legal affairs. He fought to keep Cyrus out of prison longer than he should have, and though he always told himself it was just business, the guilt is unbearable now. Laura tries to comfort him, reminding him that Cyrus was a grown man who made his own choices. But Martin can't hear it. He fixates on the idea that if he had turned against Cyrus sooner, cut him off completely, testified against him, or even just refused to take his calls, maybe things would have been different. Self-destruction begins. Drinking, gambling, and sabotaging his career. Haunted by memories of their childhood, and his own moral failings, Martin begins a downward spiral. He starts drinking heavily, something he never did before. At first, it's just a few drinks to numb the pain. But soon, he's drowning in alcohol every night, waking up with no memory of what he did the night before. It doesn't stop there. Martin, always a smooth-talking, calculated lawyer, starts making reckless decisions in court. He tanks his own cases, snapping at judges, missing deadlines, and even failing to show up for important hearings. When Lucy Coe, who has grown closer to him over time, tries to intervene, he pushes her away. She finds him gambling at an underground poker game, losing thousands of dollars with no regard for his future. When she confronts him, he lashes out, telling her that he doesn't deserve to be saved. "I spent my whole life defending a monster," he says bitterly, "and now people are dead because of it." Lucy refuses to give up on him, but Martin is determined to punish himself. Laura and Valentin step in. But is it too late? Martin's downward spiral continues. Laura and Valentin Cassadine step in. Valentin, who has relied on Martin's legal expertise for years, is furious to see him throwing everything away. He corners Martin and demands he get his act together. But Martin laughs in his face. "What do I have to live for, Valentin? My brother was a monster, and I let him be one. Now he's gone, and I can't take back the damage he did." Laura, devastated to see her brother in such pain, tries a gentler approach. She reminds him of all the good he's done, the people he's helped, the fights he's won for the underdog. She pleads with him to go to rehab, therapy, or at least let her help him. But Martin refuses. He quits his law practice altogether, selling off his assets and disappearing for days at a time, lost in booze, high-stakes gambling, and dangerous company. A shocking wake-up call. Martin's life on the line. Just when it seems Martin has no way back, tragedy strikes. This time, it's him on the receiving end. After another drunken binge, Martin ends up owing the wrong people a large sum of money. Desperate and reckless, he makes an ill-advised bet with a known criminal and loses. When he can't pay up, the men decide to send a message. One night, Lucy and Laura receive a terrifying call. Martin has been found beaten and unconscious in an alleyway, barely clinging to life. Rushed to General Hospital. He hovers between life and death. Lucy is beside herself, refusing to leave his side. "Don't you dare leave me, Martin Gray," she whispers fiercely. "You're not getting out of this that easy." The long road to redemption. Martin survives the attack, but it's a turning point. Waking up in the hospital, bruised, broken, and weak, he finally acknowledges what he's done to himself. Laura is there, teary-eyed but hopeful, and Lucy holds his hand, refusing to let go. "You think punishing yourself will change the past?" Laura tells him gently. "It won't. But you can decide what you do with the future." For the first time, Martin listens. He agrees to get help, attending therapy and rehab for both his drinking and gambling addiction. It's not an easy road, and there are days he wants to give up. But with Laura and Lucy's unwavering support, he begins to find his way back. While the scars of Cyrus's terror will never fully fade, Martin eventually learns that he can honor the victims not by self-destruction, but by making amends, fighting for justice the right way. And for the first time in a long time, he allows himself to believe in redemption. But with Cyrus gone, is another threat waiting in the wings. Just when Port Charles begins to heal, a new enemy emerges, one with ties to both Martin and Laura. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.